మారేటి ఎలా ఉన్నారు మీ పిల్లలు?
ఇంకా ఫుల్ సిక్కే ఉన్నారు అది.
ఏమైంది అసలు? అన్ని రోజులు ఉంటాయి.
ఏం డే కేర్కి వెళ్తున్నారు కదా, ఇంకా ఒకరికి అంటించుకున్నారు. ఇంకా ఫస్ట్ స్నేహిత్ స్టార్ట్ అయింది, తర్వాత ఇప్పుడు సియాకి అంటుకుంది.
బ్యాక్టీరియల్ ఇన్ఫెక్షన్ అంటే కాఫ్.
అంటే లైక్ బాగా కాఫ్ వస్తుంది, నైట్ బాగా కాఫ్ చేస్తున్నారు. అండ్ రన్నీ నోస్, అండ్ లాస్ట్ 2 days నుంచి జ్వరం వస్తుంది.
అదే
జ్వరం లైక్ వచ్చిపోతాం. డాక్టర్స్ ఏమో డే కేర్ తప్పదు, ఏదో ఫ్లూ నడుస్తుందంట టౌన్ లో.
అదే తగ్గుతుంది. టాబ్లెట్స్ ఇచ్చిందా? మెడికేషన్ ఇచ్చిందా లేకపోతే?
లేదు, ఫీవర్ కి 10 లో ఉండదు.
వీళ్ళు మారరా? బ్యాక్టీరియల్ ఇన్ఫెక్షన్ ఏమంటే యాంటీబయాటిక్స్ ఇస్తే తొందర తగ్గిపోతుంది.
యాంటీబయాటిక్స్ తొందరగా అసలు ఇప్పుడు అంత అంటే లైక్ ఇప్పటికి 3-4 times అయింది ఇట్లానే. దిల్ నెవర్ గివ్ యాంటీబయాటిక్స్ అన్లెస్ చాలా సివియర్ అనిపిస్తేనే ఇస్తారు. ఇయర్ ఇన్ఫెక్షన్స్ అట్లా ఏమైనా అయితే ఇస్తారు, ఈ చిన్న చిన్న వాటికి అసలు ఇయర్.
ఓకే. Anyway, we can continue. No problem. They will be in recourse soon because now their immunity is so strong, so they're gonna be recourse soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's stressful. I understand. I completely understand. Working as going outside and come back with your family things is kind of hectic work here in Canada. I completely understand for that. Don't worry. If you practice well and do your thing, hopefully you can get the option, remote option. So once you get, you can better take care more, compared to working outside.
Yeah. That's my main intention now. Like,
yeah, you will get it. Don't worry, because anyway you're in the the stage right now. You can able to, if you practice for SDTM, Adam, and the TLF, or almost to the TLF, and if you practice these enough, it is going to be enough for you to crack the interview easily. And go practice one by one, every coding, the programming thing, and understand the concept. The concept should be the very important. Anyone can do the programming, but the concept, you only, if you understand well, then only you can explain well in the interview. So yeah, for now, I've been hearing the calls are getting more, and hopefully can get a call very soon. Just try to improve your LinkedIn. I strongly recommend you to get the the premier subscription for first 1 or 2 months is gonna be free, I guess, for anyone who taking the premium subscription. If you take that one and or click on try to keep 4 years, 5 years of experience in some companies. If you know anyone who can give the references. Um, and try to open to work, put it like that, and you will get a call. So for the screening call, try to attend 1 or 2 interviews. Just don't apply for each and any company. Okay, don't apply like go on the work day. Sometimes when you apply in the company is called the CROs, IQVA, the titles. So if you go and work today and apply your application, your profile will be lost. So don't go with that one. Go with the consultants.
Okay.
Because the consultants, they are more keen on, they can able to change your profile. And so I know few consultants. I can give those lists also for you to have chat with them. And yeah, for the last 1 year, like in 6 months, I believe in 5 months, it's kind of very slow in the IT industry. There are no vacancies, here and also in India also the same thing. So don't get any disappointed with that one. And very soon the calls are coming, and you can see the Bala. He already got 2 calls, and he's just in the market like 1 month, 1.5 months. So so when you get an opportunity, use that opportunity as the first, the last choice, last chance, and try to My best suggestion for you is to practice much and understand the concept. That is the main thing for you to start um,
Yeah.
to do any kind of things, and put latest to 1 or 2 hours every day for effort on it. So
Yeah,
would be great.
basically, like once that's what I'm thinking. Once we finish the classes, then every day I'll spend like 3 hours at night and I'll start applying jobs. So that's what my
Yes,
plan is.
yes. If you need any kind of assistance from my side, I'm always be with you. So anytime you can give me, message. I need some help from this part, and I'm happy to help you for that.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Ali.
Okay. So anyway, so we're gonna continue. I'm not taking too much time from you because I understand it's very important for you to there. So the last class we have discussed the vital signs, which is related to the baseline to final visit. So we have completed, and let me show you because we have stopped because my baby she was crying and I stopped at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so RLVS. Okay, so we have written everything in the report. Up to here, I have explained you right. So I have
Yeah.
this dotted line where you have get it. So when I when I run, I got so these are the summary statistics for for the baseline, and there is a small things are here, so we can observe. We change the cell width or change from baseline, uh, and we can give 15%. So it's gonna be only for this part. Okay, but this one is got lost, right? So it's come in the because here is everything in the
Yeah.
is not going in the second line. So we should have to increase this length also. So they can give that. Okay, now it's good. So you have observed value and you have changed from baseline value. Okay. Um, but in the real time scenario, they will be the standard template. But here we are doing like the scratch. So if you understand the scratch, you can easily do the macros easily for the top report. Uh, that's why the report showing somewhat instead of middle it comes here. But don't need to worry about that one. In the real time, you will be when you run the program, it can come exactly in the middle. So here we need to adjust the width for this one. So we don't want to take more time to spend on this one. So anyway, this is the concept. So we have changed from baseline because the change is the base minus our minus base, right? So 2 - 2 is 0 instead of showing all 0 values. So we just keep that one, and we're just showing as a different time point, like the 2 hours, 8 hours, and the checkout one. Okay.
Mhm.
For the reference, I'm not sure why they're not showing checkout here. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna continue for the next table. We have there is a problem here. The 8 hours come here instead of there. So we can write some program to. I will give the patch code this one to tomorrow. So just the page has to come 8 hours has to come instead of you can see the 8 n is come
Yeah.
there and remaining the statistics are come here, which is not a good way to represent. We can able to change. This is for the period one and this is for the period two. The baseline 2 hours, 8 hours. So I will give that sketch for tomorrow. So for now we can continue for the next one. So the next shift table, the next table is shift two. Okay, shift table. This is related to the the laboratory data set. Okay, because it's asking for biochemistry. When you check the biochemistry, hematology, urine analysis, those are related to the
Right.
laboratory table. Okay, um, so it's asking for baseline to period two. So the basically is asking for the treatment for the period two. Uh, that related information we have to write here. We have to display. So we have the parcat, which is a parameter category, and we have param, and under parenthesis we have unit. So we have a baseline value, and here is the post baseline values. So the basically you need to display. Um, so what is the value before the drug administration? What is the value after the drug administration? Okay, for these particular parameters, particular these tests. Okay, so before the drug administration, it is if it is normal, and what is the after the drug administration? What would be the the result, whether it is high or normal and high, and if how the values are shifted, after the post baseline. I mean the post drug administration. So whether it's low or normal or high. So that kind of information we have to represent here in this table. So shift table is very common in every clinical study. And in interview also you will be getting one or two questions from this one. They will ask you what is the shift table you do. So the basically you would mention that so the shift table represent how the shift is happened, the baseline and the after the drug administration to the post baseline. So we generally for the different parameters. So we represent that kind of the values in the table representation. So you can mention like that. So if it is normal to normal or normal to low, normal to high. So you can see if it is, for example, if the baseline for particular parameter of the test, the subject has, let's say, subject has high value.
Mhm.
Okay, for the protein, he has high values, and after the drug administration, the value become normal. So, which means the drug is giving, some kind of efficacy, like some kind of benefit for the patient. So, which is the requirement, right? So, for example, hemoglobin. Let's say hemoglobin here is have high hemoglobin. So, when the drug is administered, the patient become normal. He has in the normal level. So the drug is working good. So that is kind of scenario, we can able to explain from this table, from the shift table.
Mhm.
Okay. So here they have asking only for the biochemistry and hematology. Okay. The reason why they're asking for biochemistry and hematology, let me remove this one. So in Adam dataset, if you go to the ADLB, okay, you can see the shift one here. Those are like the base values. Okay, the base values. You remember last time we give the base values for the shift in when we're creating the ADLB, and you see here analysis range indicator. Yeah, this one. These are the post baseline values. Okay. Okay, let me see one second. So if you go to the parquet, so this is one. If you go where, um, okay. So let's check the parquet one equal. So distinct value. So I'm just picking biochemistry and
Hematology.
why is picking only one? Should not be two, right. Okay, let's say imagine urine analysis. Let's I'm taking urine analysis.
Mhm.
Um, For urine analysis, you can clearly observe, just focus here. Okay, you can see here for the urine analysis. Okay, the laboratory standard results in character format. Okay, you can see there is an option like clear, negative, colorless, negative. Um, and there are some numerics. Okay, so here in the post baseline, where's this? Shift one. Where's shift? Okay, you can see here is normal, high, normal, abnormal. You see abnormal, but our table is asking for low, normal, high only. There is no abnormal. Okay, in the post baseline. Even if you see in the here in the post baseline, they asking for abnormal things. That's the reason it represent only the biochemistry and hematology. In other table, they may be asked if we don't have the table, but in other table they will ask you only related to the urine analysis. But if you check the biochemistry, so if we check the biochemistry and the hematology, they check mostly related to the normal high, those ones they don't have any kind of abnormal thing. So that's the reason they have separated. They're asking you only for the biochemistry and hematology, and they haven't asked you for urine analysis, and because of that reason only. Okay. Okay, I don't want to take more time. So we took the biochemistry. I was taking biochemistry again. Okay, you can see here is normal high. So we need click where uh, and can you so most of them are high, normal, and low. If you have low, but there is no abnormal here. Even in the post baseline is also the same thing. So high, normal. So that's why they have represent both biochemistry and hematology here instead of urine analysis. I just want to show you like why they have mentioned only hematology and anyway we're gonna continue our class. So I'm gonna take up to the big end because this is also the safety population. Okay, so I'm gonna close this part. So the safety population. So the end count would be the same. Okay. Okay, so here I see this one RT RTLB. Okay. So today would be 7. Okay. So this would be LB and this would be RT RTLB1. Okay. Make sure you have the right one. Otherwise, you will be have different. You won't get the footnotes and
Mm.
So this one is okay. This one is okay. So we don't need test and reference. We just need to represent all because it's asking for only one overall. It's
Yeah.
not showing the same thing, but it's not really all. Um, but if you have confusion, you can ask your team leader or whoever it is. Okay, so up to here, this is for big N count. Okay, so we got 47 we have total. Sorry, 47 here you can see 47 for all treatment. Okay, so we have replicate. Now we have to get the small N count. So one more thing here, we don't have to know to calculate. Yeah, the N count, small N count. So this is, you can see that these are the grouping variables, it's not continuous. So
Mm.
we can use proc free. So this is character format also. The parameter here is character format. So we can use, since it is grouping variable, we can use the proc fig instead of proc summary. We don't need to do those ones because it's not asking for statistics here. It just counts on it. So if you need to do the counts, you can do proc SQL also. It's up to you if you want it. But I prefer to do, the proc frequency. Okay, so I'm bringing the data, required data. So LV1 set Adam dot ADLB. Okay, so the same thing we have filter, how we did with with ADSL dataset.
Ah.
Okay, so I'm creating the two variables here, base cap one, which is the baseline values. So as for the ADLB, so the baseline value should be the shift one. Okay, shift one, which is the baseline value. Uh, why have missed the label here? Okay, that is before the administration of the drug and what are their result. Okay, that is the normal. Okay, um, so the shift one would be baseline result. So the baseline value refers to the last result prior to the administration of the first dose. So this is the shift one. Okay, that is the baseline. Um, so we have derived the baseline, and we need to create one more variable, which is the post baseline. Okay, aval cat. So I would write as aval, which is to identify the character things. I mean, sorry, the calculation purpose aval the counts. So this should be so analysis range. Yes, okay. Yeah, the laboratory range indicator here. And what is analysis range? 1 minute. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, analysis range indicators. Okay, so either you can do the analysis range indicator or laboratory range indicators. It doesn't matter because both are same. So both are same. So usually we take laboratory range indicator because this is come from SDTM. Okay. Uh, but for here there is no difference. So we can take analysis range indicator or it's up to you. So, but do you understand, right? What is the laboratory range indicator and why we have? So, if you have, in any test, in the hemoglobin test, if you have a specification, upper and lower value, if your result in the middle of these two specification, upper and lower, and that time it is normal. If it is above, that time we can consider as a high. This is the post baseline, okay? Post
Yeah.
baseline values, and the one we have in the other in the shift one, which is the base before baseline values. Okay.
Okay.
So this one we consider from here, from the base values. Okay, not from the after the post baseline value. I mean after the drug administration, we don't consider that one. Okay, and here, so I just put LVNRIND, which is a laboratory range indicator. Okay, so I have created two variables. So I'm gonna keep unique subject ID parcat1, okay, as per the mock shell. So param category, then param n, okay. So numeric format first, then param, okay, then base cat one, aval cat one, okay. Then we need a visit n because we need to do the period two, right? So that's the reason I'm taking a visit, then analysis baseline flag also. So the record which we have to consider, that value, in the ADLB we have represent if it is the value which is considered for the base, we consider as a baseline flag, analysis baseline flag, right? So so here the value which take the for the base that we consider as a analysis baseline flag equal to, yes, we have derived in the Adam lab. So that value we consider, okay, and we run. Okay, so here is LB1. So we got all the required variables. Okay. So the next one. So here we got all the required variables. Now we sort them. Okay. We rock sort. Can use by unique subject ID. Then parcat one, param one, param wise, param, then run. Okay. So we just sorting by parameter only. Okay. So once you sort, so we got paramcat, parameter, we sort them, and we got the baseline indicator and the post baseline indicator and the period two for A visits. So we got all the information. Okay. Now we have created the required format. Okay. So the data LB2 set LB1, okay, by unique subject ID param n param if last dot param n. So why you have written the last dot param? Because we need so if you click on, we need the period two information only. So this is the one. So if it is last param, last dot param. So each particular parameter we need to consider the period two, right? So that's why I put last dot param. Okay. And if parcat one, okay, this one, in only we need in biochemistry, right? Biochemistry and hematology. So we need only biochemistry. So if you are considering the urine analysis, on that time you have to put paraquat only in the urine analysis. Okay, like that, you have filtered the required thing. Okay, so LB2. Okay, so we have a visit wise, param wise, paracat, paramen, and wise analysis baseline. Okay, the analysis baseline flag, it doesn't work here because it's only for screening on this, right? Screening, when it's screening, then only is prop up the ABLF. So here is our missing. Okay, so next one. So we got the paracat. So we got all the information. So we're gonna apply for the counts, right? Counts. So the proc freak data equal to LB2. Okay. No print. We don't want to print in output. So tables. So I need a paracat one wise. Okay. You see the how the flow is goes. Then I need a param wise. Okay. So based on the Marshall only, I'm going. Okay. Param wise. So then base cat wise. Then oval cat wise. Okay. Then I put output in the just mention as a count. Okay. Then run. So when you click on count, so you can see here, because we don't need this person. Okay, we don't need this person. So for this particular person, the count is 1, and the remaining one is 46. Okay, but we'll see in more in the once we go further in the percentage. You can see more when you do the transfer. Then only can understand easily. So right now we just see the count there. So when we go for the percentage, I mean the transfer, then only can understand it clearly. So after that one, we got counts. So now we can apply the percentages. Okay, set count. Okay, so the same thing. So how we did here in so if count is missing, let's say count is missing, um, then I'm creating the var variable. So put 0. Else if count equal to n3. If it is directly this one, then you can put as 100%. Then var equal to put off count 3 dot 100%. Okay, so like that 100% you mentioned. Else var equal to put off count 3 dot. Okay, then so I'm putting answer parenthesis. Put off count. So small n by capital N. Okay, into 100%. Then we need a decimal 4.1 because as per the mock shell we have 0.1 decimal. Okay, then you close the enter parenthesis. Okay, then run. So this is the same thing we have, we have did the before also, the same percentage. So I'm just okay, 1 second. Let me put this one. Okay, we can apply some, the length statement. Okay, so here, length are equal to put some 100%. 100, sorry. Click. Now you can see there is a count and also the percentage next to it. Okay. So we got counts and percentage. So now what is the next one? We just apply the transpose procedure. Okay. So before transpose, we just solve that. So by parcat one, by param n, param base cat one, our cat one. Okay. So like that you can start. So next we transpose. Okay. So proc transpose data equal to LB3 out equal to, you can say final. Okay. So we need the same thing, parcat one. So param n, param base cat one, and this one we have to go, the aval, it has to come on the column wise, and base has to come as, the parcat parameter base, we have to come as a row wise. Okay. And that's the reason I put only up to base cat. Then ID would be aval cat because it has to come on the column wise, and the where should be variable, the counts, right? The counts, whatever the percentages we have, that is come as a row wise, because if it is ID, that is come as a column wise, where come as row wise. Okay. And run. Okay, so the LB, the final data set. Okay, now you can see here. So the base cat, which is the baseline value, and these are normal, high, low, which are, the post baseline values. So the high, how many high? Just one value. I mean, the person who has high, just one count. Um, how do you represent this one? So if the subject has normal in the baseline, and what is the post baseline? Either low or normal, high. So if the person is high here and he became normal in the post baseline, and if he has a normal and all the people, the remaining people, or everyone is in post baseline also normal. Okay. And if the person has a high in the baseline, and after the drug administration he become normal. Two subjects become normal. Okay. And here you can see, the person who has normal, they become high. They become high in 7 in high and 34 in normal and 2 in low. So you can see the each parameter. Okay, you can see, for each parameter the shift was happen. How many subjects are